All right, what's going on, guys? We are back. It is Wednesday, so we are doing a little bit of Midjourney and mostly Inktober tonight, but we still are going to touch on Midjourney. Um, for the month of October, we'll probably back off of Midjourney a little bit and just use it from time to time. But for today, so we don't waste too much time, I actually went through and made some images ahead of time. Um, our next plan for today is that we are going to check out what word Inktober has for us. So I'm going to bring that up. I really should bookmark this. I thought I had it. I guess I don't. All right. Easy enough to find out. Just got to do a quick search. And there we go. So we are going to pop into our desktop view. And no, we don't want to join the mailing list. So today's word is dodge. Today's word is dodge. So today's word is dodge. All right. Pop it over to the split screen. Oh, and we're gonna need to do this. I probably should do a little bit of autofocus. Just get the focus in there a little bit better. I realized yesterday our focus was a little off. So there's a picture for yesterday, which was path, and that was number 3. So that one's all done. Our word for today is dodge. I laid everything out perfectly earlier, and then of course a few minutes go by and I've moved everything to a new space. So today we will be doing the word dodge. And I had a couple different ideas to do for this one. I don't know which one I'm going to pick. It just depends on what size the paper ends up becoming. If it is, sorry, I'm going to lower this just a little bit. If the paper is really small or really long, I think I should really create a height and a length version so that it has to go a certain way. That way it adds just one more element of challenge to this already challenging task. But so we got the word dodge. Let's hop into the studio and we'll just get this put here and get this one taken off, because that's what needs to happen. Taken off. We're not going to be super frugal with our tape, although it's not like I've endorsed. I really need a tape endorsement. That'd be great. Okay, this one can go on the front actually, but it just covers the whole picture because I rolled double 4s yesterday. So we're going to put this in the Inktober folder along with the spider and dream. And we're going to move on to the next one. So first, let's roll those dice and see which way this thing goes. So let's do height first and then width. Okay, first roll. 3. Okay. Small. Please don't get another low number. What is with these dice? Just rolling low numbers all day. 3 and 9. Okay. This will be a pretty I think it's only going to go one way now. Now that I'll show you what I produced on Midjourney, It is going to be, sorry, I can't think right now. 3x9. What size piece of paper do I need? I need a regular sheet of paper. I need my cutter. I was going to do a skateboarding scene from the bottom of a set of stairs, but that is not going to work. Not with a picture of a height 3x9. Now, a normal piece of paper is 11 and a half, so let's just quickly, I got a lot of things on my desk right now. We'll be okay though. It's the keyboard. I need to get one of those fancy, like, small keyboards. I'm sorry if this is loud. Try not to make it loud. Alright, let's get this cut. Just real quick. 9 inches. There we go. Now that's going to be our first cut. I apologize again. That shouldn't have been so loud. And 3 inches. Oh man, it's an inch smaller than our last one. Did I cut that right? Did I cut that wrong? Nope, that's the size. Now I'm wondering if I had a piece of paper that I could have cut that out of. Nope. Okay. Alright, well, that's what the dice say. That's what we're doing today. That is what we're doing today. I apologize, I do not have the Twitch up and running yet. Thanks for joining in. Happy Wednesday. Okay. Yay, the tiniest strip of paper. That's exactly what we probably didn't want. It's nice to have the tiny pieces of paper, but then again, it's really hard to draw on. But that is part of the challenge. We're going to move this over to this side so it'll stay out of my way while I'm drawing. We're going to get this taped on here. Another one of these smaller drawings today, but at least it's a little bit wider. What we lost in height, we gained in width. So I guess that's a good thing. Alright, so if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, there's a YouTube channel, and I put out a shortened version of episode 1 if you missed episode 1. So you can hop over to Money Makes Monsters on YouTube and check that out. I turned, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours of my life into 3 minutes. So it's a really short video. Anyways, so we're ready to do our drawing. Let me show you what I thought I was going to be doing tonight. So my plan, let's go to desktop. Let's start with some of the Mid-Journey generations I made for today's episode. And the first few were pretty good. So I wanted to create a scene of a skateboarder falling down a set of stairs and the cameraman nearly dodging the skateboard with his camera and the skateboard, which would have been hard to do. So I'm kind of glad it didn't work out. I do have another idea though. So my other idea will work. These are pretty cool. I like this picture. I don't know what kind of camera or camera skateboard fusion this is, but these guys are, that guy looks like he's falling, and he looks like he's jumping out of the way of not into danger. So that's a pretty interesting photo. Then we have this skateboarder with this double skateboard grinding on a skateboard. There's just wheels everywhere. He's wearing a hat, helmet. He's just ripping down the hill though. Next we got this guy. I don't know what move he's doing. It's pretty cool though. They kick yourself in the butt after jumping. Look at those Nikes. That's some branding. Almost. Pretty close. Then we have just the cameraman dodging because I wanted to see like is less more, is more or less. What happens with Midjourney when we're trying to produce an actual image. So here's the cameraman dodging. This cameraman looks like he's hunting for the best shot. This cameraman looks like he's dodging. Or falling. He looks like he's falling more than he's dodging. Whoops. Even his expression on his face looks like he's falling. And we have this cameraman who looks like a secret assassin, and he's like running so fast his legs haven't caught up with his body. Old time filmmaker making film on the train tracks, and that's pretty cool. I like the look of the camera, even though I know it's not functional. It still has a cool look to it. Then, like usual, if you don't give Midjourney enough information, it's just going to give you normal fish and women ship dodging. So I just put the word dodging in. We got a ship. I mean, it's just a style. It's got to be repeat and stamp. This is pretty cool, but half elephant, half warthog, then like some strange bug and a Avenger, but I don't know what they're dodging. So we went back, cameraman dodging a skateboard, and we got a cameraman. We got like Heath Ledger on a skateboard and high heels and a weird motor on the front. That's not going to end up well. It looks like a bruised tailbone. This guy's like the ultimate filmmaker. I don't know what he's making a film of. He's filming straight down. Whatever he's making, it's probably like a cool robot sci-fi. Here that guy is again. This time he's riding some crazy skateboard. Would be kind of cool to make AI skateboards in real life. Skate Edition, Braille Skateboarding. Sponsor that. Cameraman dodging a skateboard again. Just toes on the nose, just ripping down a hill. And then I tried to add more because I thought, if I add more, it'll be better. So I did create a photo of a skateboarder falling down stairs, and his skateboard narrowly misses his photographer as she dodges out of the way. But no photographer. Skateboarder may be falling downstairs. Nope. That skateboarder looks like he's gonna make it. He's got his trick. What a cool trick. I mean, where does the stair set start? Where did he come from? Maybe he ran, jumped onto this wall with his back turned, back footed, and then jumped back in. Could that be possible? Maybe. Okay. Anyways, let's keep going. Another skateboarder, but we're not doing skateboarders. So I have plan B, which maybe I can show you. Maybe. If I'm really careful. Oh! So, let's see. Let's see if you can see my plan B. Alright, let's put this in the wow. This is becoming an adventure today. So, there's my plan B. It's pretty much that scene right there. The classic, good old, you know, Matrix dodging pose. So that's my plan. Just to do something like that. Hold on, let me try to get a better shot. There you go. There you go. It's turning because of the cable. There we go. Use two hands. That works better. So this is the shot that I think I'm going to draw, which is going to work out good for a little tiny sheet of paper. Now let's. Oh, we might have lost our digital camera. Let's pop back over into studio mode, and we are going to just up our video chat while I fix the camera. Camera down, camera down. I had this problem earlier today. I went through my last mount today. Sad, poor baby. Okay, oh, knocking everything over. Alright, I think that'll do. It'll be a little crooked today, but that'll do. Okay, but what we really need to concentrate on is our drawing here, and that's what we're going to do. So dodge. After I pick up all the things and I don't knock over my little friend here. He needs to be clean now because I touched it. If all of a sudden my webcam goes down, we all know why, because I broke it. Okay, let's get started drawing before it turns into 8:30 and we run out of time. So real thin line here, real thin line here. We're going to draw another thin line here to make the border. Confident line. As soon as I say the word confident, I mess up the line. It's like, it's just ridiculous. Alright, let's put on just a little bit of music. We're going to try. Whoa. We're going to try to put on some light jazz. Lo-fi hip-hop is what it's called. It's probably the same beat over and over again. There we go. Okay. Okay. I've knocked over my figure. They're already kind of off balance because of how it is. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to, let's say they are, wow, well, this is going to be a really interesting. I almost want to draw a bigger image and less of the person. It's like the same image, just bigger. Because I thought originally I was going to draw it real small. And now I think maybe I should draw it bigger. So originally I was going to draw, you know, leg to thigh to outer thigh to leg to foot, right? And then the back foot would be straight, right? And then you have all that thickness. Then you have torso, but that's in the normal position. Then you have the midsection, but then the back does some weird thing. And this arm comes in front. Then you have this arm throwing. Whatever. Neck. And head. This arm would be tucked in. They're turning at that ratio. The back is and then you'd have him like laying down, or the other person, knee joint, hip joint, the butt, and then his midsection, then his chest, his arm, one waving way back in the air, exaggerated, this one like almost falling, and his head completely back. Something like flies past his head. Right, a little bit more length here. Knee, foot. Gymnasium floor, across the way. Right. Comes back up. The gym that gym's way too small. This would be only a small section of the gym if you saw this. And like the ball coming across, just barely missing his face, right? That would be dodging. Would this be the most interesting picture of dodging? Not really. I wouldn't draw it from a really weird perspective. Because, I mean, it's done, right? Draw a calf muscle. I mean, you could even draw them on top of a building if you wanted to, so it looks like it's more matrixy. But it looks like Trinity and Neo are battling it out. This is the front foot. There could be so much weight on this foot, on this leg, that this foot isn't even on the ground. You put like the gym floor lines in there, you know. I don't know. I could do it. I could draw it. But I'm thinking maybe like bring her in more. I don't understand the shape of her back really. Which is what I'm really having a hard time with from at least this angle. Maybe I need to like lower my gaze. This part of her body is like straight. Then she's turning to throw. She's throwing. She's throwing with this arm, because you don't throw with the same arm you're leaning on. But I could get rid of everything below her waist and try something different. I feel like this is kind of boring. Well, I mean, I pretty much just like feel like the stream is difficult to talk to yourself for an hour. I mean, I talk to myself all day long, but usually they're inside my head conversations, so they're okay when I'm not on stream. Okay, so I want to try the hard approach, and I want to draw her bigger, but I want to draw the top portion of her. So from what I can gather here, like I feel like this shape is really hard to execute. Her chin line goes skull and then chin line, neck, ear, chin line, face, eyes, nose, mouth. Then we have the shoulders way out here, right? And this shoulder is back here. So the neckline almost is created by the back. And then the back goes down like that. And somehow, this is the rest of her side. So like rib cage, and then back. It's like a really weird angle. I don't even know if that's. She looks more like she's not throwing something. It's just for real check. Everyone starts with the wind up. I need the release. What does the release look like? Let's watch. Because let's be honest, pitching form. Let's see if that brings us to where we need to be. Let me jump us back over into oops. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulty here. So then go back to the desktop, take a look at I'm sure someone sketched the pitching form. I need the release though. Just like I said, that link can be up. So that's kind of the body shape. That's not good. Elbows in this area. But she has to have already thrown it. So if she had already thrown it, I have the center of her coming up like right here. And like her side starts here. But for some reason that doesn't make sense with what my model is showing me. So if we go back to Studio, I'm not the biggest fan of drawing with the model. Okay, neck, head, shoulder. Because I never understand shoulder. Shoulder goes over the front. We'll get it. We're gonna try our best. So for this, it's like the body's like this. This fluid movement. And there's like a socket right here. The curve of the arm comes, it's about halfway between the shoulder. When you throw something, you throw from the side so much, so your hand is just straight out for like a second. It's not going to make it look like she's throwing anything. I'm going to draw her whole body. I just got to do it really small, but bigger than what I did it at. It's not a throwing pose. That's the closest I can get to the throw, I think. So like, let's see, she was off her back foot because she's thrown. Oh, I've ripped off her arm. Because she's throwing with so much force. She just looks off balance. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. How does the back arch when you're throwing that? Oh! Head down, head down. Where's the head go? My goodness. This happens when you buy the knockoff brand ones. They just fall apart on you. Also, this has been sitting on my shelf for a long time. Okay. So, throwing. This arm would be not that far up, but up, right? It's really imperative that that back foot is up because it helps balance the rest of the body. Okay, good. I like that. That's a better pose, I think, for throwing than my original one. A little bit less weird. Yeah, that's a better pose. She needs to be looking straight forward. Okay. So let's try that one. See if I can get her to lean up correctly. Okay. So torso and body, hook out to the foot, circle for the foot, circle for the knee. Torso is here above the thigh. Have a little bit of a turn. Then we have another leg. It's coming out to a knee. It comes out to a foot. Comes down. This foot is kicked up like this. So then we have the bottom, and we have top of the body, which goes straight out, and there's flow this way. So you have the hand with the shoulder that's extended a little bit here. Head. The head facing forward, the chin looking this way. Long part of the neck, short part of the neck. Coming in like this, and then this to a hand. Okay. Other hand's like somewhere back here. Elbow. Like so. I guess we're gonna do what we originally said we were gonna do. But probably not a dodgeball. Let's do something more interesting. So here we have again, let's put in some guidelines for horizon line, like I forgot again because I didn't know what I was doing. Now I really want to draw the fight scene from inside what is it, Bullet Train? It's not Bullet Train, is it? Could be. Alright. Second character. The dodge part comes in. Up to his knee. Other foot's a little bit cocked out. Up to his. This one's. These have to be both be at like the same angle. So we're going to see a lot of this leg, mainly this leg, and that's going to come up to the pelvis, which we're just going to draw in with a block. And then we're going to block out his chest up to his shoulders. And I think this is too small. So we're going to extend his thighs a little bit, reblock it out. Probably erase. And then come up midsection. He's got his rib cage. And then you have arm coming out this way, then up. Then you have arm going back this way and back, or maybe a little bit higher up. Swinging backwards. Then you need a head. That's it. It's the end. Not super imaginative, but this word is hard. This challenge is difficult. Okay. Now that we kind of have our characters in our scene before we dress them and put all the fancy things on them, what is she throwing at him? First of all. So let's just connect the dots real quick. This goes back, and then there's like a calf muscle. It's probably not quite in the right spot, considering the flexing. It's probably happening. It's hard not to put detail in because it is so small. big flex. Sorry, just got lost in drawing, trying to figure out what this looks like. It's always hard to draw and talk. I do have plans to create interview questions and do a live podcast while we both try to draw at the same time and interview different artists as they draw. Move over here, might have got caught underneath. It's too much hair. I should zoom in a little bit so you can get a better look. Zoom in a lot again. All right. I still haven't drawn the scene. Still don't know what they're doing. Okay, what's the scene? What's going on? What has she thrown? What has been thrown? A wrench? Pokeball? I don't know, what do people throw? Put some lines on the court. This looks like one I may have to do tomorrow, but maybe not. Let's just try to power through. Get what we need done. And so this is a normal. I mean, everything's just so close. Like if I put in a gymnasium with kids right behind it, it's going to get lost unless I draw like real basic. Like if I drew people like right here. There's a person's body sitting on, they wouldn't even be sitting, they'd probably be standing. It'd be like hands in the air. Right, like cheering. Looks like she's not wearing a shoe. Maybe she threw a shoe. This looks like a ref. A whistle in his mouth. Blowing a foul. Where the mind takes you. I don't like this one at all. Okay, that's nothing. It's nothing new. I don't primarily like really anything that I do. So, nothing new there. I kind of want it to be a pie. Like whipped cream like flying off the back of it. Cream pie. But it's gotten smooth. Because leaving chunks of cream. Got a dagger. I like the dagger. I like the pie, I like the dagger. They need to be throwing something though. The pie is very non-violent, very kosher. So if she was throwing, right, her head actually would be turned the other way a little bit. you'd see like the side of her, like the back of her head. You would lose the side of her face. You're looking at her head just got bigger. It's not what I wanted to happen. I hate that this is so small today. Like all the detail has to be added much later, and I still have no idea where we are. Oh man, this drawing challenge is tough. Be easier if she didn't have hair. We would put her hair going forward in that forward momentum. It would hit the back of her arm too. It wouldn't be super smooth. I think her head's too big now. Oh man, these micro drawings. They're good because they can conceal a lot. You could really draw something quite small. Oh, now I can't get her face right. Dang it. Jawline. Shoulder. Arm. Here, eye. hairline. A little bit of her hair would be in front. Some of her hair would still be on her back though. I'm getting nowhere fast today. Maybe I just have no more creative power today. Just like that's where the neck connects to the body, but it's covered by this arm. Which, like, what's the hair doing? The hair helps give movement. What does it do? Maybe it doesn't do anything. Maybe we just put it in a bun. Bun works. Man, it's just so small. Alright, I'm so over this, and nothing's making sense anymore. Put this man in a barrel, we're just gonna get a bunch of weird ideas out. I don't care what it looks like, because just the brainstorming phase. Alright. Put him in a cowboy hat. A referee. Man in a barrel. And a cowboy hat. He also needs a neck. Some shoulders. Probably holding on to the barrel. Gonna draw the barrel. His body needs to be in it. I'm going to fill all this in with an ink pen probably tomorrow, but I want to get the general lines down, what I'm doing. So this girl's still going to be throwing a pie. I haven't figured out what's going on with the hair. This is going to be a clown, so need some puffy sleeves. I like it tied at every and then like frilly cuffs, big pants, bigger shoes. Not that big of shoes, maybe. Similar. I have to clean all this up. Are we in a rodeo now? Rodeo gates are pretty tall. Does that mean it comes out here? Like a straight bar? What does the perspective look like? No, it needs to go out of the thing. Like so. Even if it's coming at us. And they usually have like a fence and a gate, and then their gates are usually pretty. There's like a metal fence. It's usually solid, and then there's like little bars that bulls get let out. This picture makes no sense. And it's not very on point. Let's see. It'll get better as I define everything a little bit more. Then we have like gate posts. These are round, and there's usually like a sheet of metal. Like there's a piece of metal door. Usually like this, it's got like another sheet, usually like ball rivets. And this board's usually like curved, but that's probably gonna be the death of me to try to, maybe not. Fifteen more minutes. I like always want to cheat because as soon as I can get off, I can always turn the paper so I don't have to draw it at this ridiculous angle. I can see a little bit better. Because believe it or not, it's hard to draw normally. It's even harder to draw while you're being filmed and you're online. And even harder to draw when you're by yourself. But it's okay because I'm pretty used to being by myself. It's kind of the good thing about being me is I always can entertain myself. I'm gonna have to clean up that clown down there, clean up all the actual fence posts. Let me do a little bit of cleanup over here, just so I should be able to get the basic shape back. But like clowns tie stuff so it cinches real tight in some areas and it makes other areas look real baggy. So that they can look funny. He's gonna have big baggy pants on, but they might be high because he's leaning back. So we're gonna have to kind of figure out how. The problem with the clown is that his clothes are so baggy, it makes him look bigger than he actually should be. Maybe I should draw a robot instead. The clown just gets so weird looking at some point. I just destroyed what I had. Now I don't know. Okay. Say his pants are like right. So his thigh. Probably has a big hoop-like shirt on. But Drawing clothes is pretty difficult. It's being held up by nothing. But maybe where it gets tight there turns into a normal shirt. No, because it's going to be his hand is so straight. I think they both needed a little bit of resizing. Maybe I'll do tomorrow's Inktober digitally. Better. Not great. It's still a pretty small scene. It would have been nice to have a little bit more space to draw. And then I wanted to draw crowd members out here. Not with a whole lot of detail, just so we know that they're here. Should there be like somebody sitting here? Usually somebody sitting on the fence, ready to jump in and save everyone. I'm going to be looking up lots of cowboy boots tomorrow. So when I get that line straight, maybe I can get it in. I feel like that's a better line. It's closer. Still needs to go a little bit higher. Almost looks like a Lego man. Put real Lego arms on him. Anyways, I think we're coming pretty close to the end of what we're gonna finish tonight. Like I said, got a pretty long day all in all. Made some videos, created more content. Because that's what all of this entails, creating content. So I'm just going to put some shoulders in here as we make our way to the back. People watching. Then maybe one more row. Let's just try to put some more circles in here. It's a little bit tedious, but I think it'll be worth it in the end to give it a little bit more depth. Texture, whatever you want to call it. Sorry guys. So we're just drawing our people in the background. It's coming along. It's coming along. So we're going to keep going, add circles, just add circles. Faceless crowds. Oh, that guy's got a big head. And connect some shoulders to the next head below it. This guy needs more of a chest. Here's our big friend, his friend standing next to him. Oops, probably more like that. We can fix that later. Like I said, these are just quick little placeholders while I get ready to do the inking process tomorrow. Sorry guys, I lagged tonight. I should have been a little bit more aggressive with this picture. I just got caught up in not really doing what I thought I was going to be doing, which is okay. That's most of the fun of trying to draw live, is really trying to draw live. Not as easy as it looks. Well, drawing is not very easy, and I'm very out of practice, so that's another issue. But here we are, practicing every day, trying to get better, trying to improve. All right. Packed house. Got a full crowd there. Okay, I think that's gonna be, we're gonna wrap it up there for tonight. Let me just bring it in closer so you can get a better look at it. There's our clown on one side. There's our throwing pose. I think the throwing pose came out better, but unfortunately it was our dodging pose that we really needed to get going. So I'm gonna have to get that in a little bit better and add some detail. I'm definitely going to have to use a finer tip pen than my Uniball. let's just look at what the size of this is. I think even though this is a fine, it's still a 0.7. And maybe if I just drew with like the very tip of it, it just doesn't seem to draw as well. I like drawing with the side of it, but on this paper it just bleeds right through it. So, like, we can even do a little test run. As soon as the ink hits the page, it's a whole different game. And I like the ink, but I need to get the rest of my lines in, and then I will finish this project. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully I have this all finished up, get everyone all their fancy little things in, and we're ready for tomorrow's. Let's just take a look at tomorrow's to see what we're up against. It's probably not going to be easy. Sorry, let's go to our desktop screen. Here's our throwing person. So tomorrow is map. Tomorrow is map. Okay, well, who picked the words this year? We're gonna have a talk. Well, tomorrow we'll try to be drawing a picture of some sort of drawing with a map in it, as well as I will be able to show you the finished product of what we drew for Dodge today. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll see you next time. Peace.